Jerry. Really glad you found us. I hope you come back. And now we're going to hear from Dennis McBride. Come on down, Dennis.
Probably give him a little more volume.
Been exploring the comedy scene lately.
Yeah.
They had an open mic there, and you get 3 minutes, and they're really Nazis about it. Personally, turned into kind of an Olympic kind of feat. I don't have much use for the Olympics myself. They lack a proper sense of utility. But anyway, so you got 3 minutes, and I thought, well, maybe someone could watch me age for 3 minutes. And we'll see if I age better or faster. And the others must go up the medal for that. Anyway, I'm very interested in paradigm shifts, especially in poetry. And actually, there was a joke. I don't know if it was a proper place for a joke. There was this Wall Street tycoon. He was on his way to a meeting, and he had to stop at a farmhouse because he got a flat tire, and he saw a farmer up ahead who was shaking a tree, and these apples were, he'd lift the pig up to the tree, and the pig would grab an apple and put it down and he'd eat it. He kept doing that. And he asked if he could use his phone. He said, sure, you can use my phone. He went in to use the phone, and he came back, and as he was going back to his car, he said, by the way, it would save time if you just shake the tree and let the pig eat the apples as they come down. And the farmer looked at him and said, what's time to a pig? That's just a joke, but it's kind of a paradigm shift if you hang out with it a while. It's pretty cool. So this was anyway. Sometimes you write in collaboration with other writers and you're not aware of it totally. This was written in collaboration with Samuel Beckett, called Waiting for Googolplex. Googolplex is the largest finite number. If you wrote on a piece of paper, you fill the known universe. One sat talking to two. Just think how far we have to go before we can rest. Yes, said two. It's best not to think about it. You know, the longest journey, the first step, all that rot. I know, said one, but 1,000. Just think of 1,000. It'll take months and months before we're even halfway there, and it's not fair, really. I mean, there's nowhere else to go. No sideways to a mountain, or ocean, no Sabbath to rest in. And then after we're there, well, there's 14,000 and 100,000. And even if we can talk 3 into multiplying, we're still nearly forever away from 1 million and 28 million. And even then, there's no guarantee that 4 won't get petulant and perverse and come along and divide us, or 8 have a psychotic break and go into subtraction season. I mean, Christ, have you ever stopped to think what some deranged, depressed hand calculator could do to us in the second floor window of a book depository? I know, said two, it's all very distressing. Even after it's all over, we get to the end, so what? Big fucking deal.
Yes, Dennis has been causing paradigm shifts in my mind, in my life for a long time. I'm going to, as I do, I'm going to read a few things to end things up here. And also, before that, a reminder of 2 things. One is that one of the best Seattle poets that I have seen in a long time is Robert Lashley. He just had his 2nd book come out, and he will be our guest next month, May 11th. If you need a reminder, there's some flyers on the table back there. So I know what I'm doing here, just have to figure out the order of things here. I think I got it figured out. And what I want to start with is a poem that I made into a mini broadside. There's some postcards back there. There might be another one. And I wanted to dedicate this first one to Ian and to Chuck Berry, the true king of rock and roll. This poem is called King of What? King of Who? There's nothing regal about the way Elvis would go cross-eyed every time he did something cute in one of his movies. Nothing rocking about the minstrel show spoon-fed to young white girls to protect them from Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters, and Little Richard. And if he truly loved the music he aped, watered down and emasculated, that pained look of embarrassment he wears on screen must reflect his awareness that he would forever remain second-rate, a pale imitation. And I really did read that for Ian, and then I forgot about the whole Public Enemy thing. Elvis was a hero the most. This is called, the title of this is a line from Patti Smith's great memoir, Just Kids. My shirt was a bit rumpled, but so was I. And I would like to dedicate my decision to make that the title of my poem to Tony, who would probably love it if I actually gave a shit about ironing something every once in a while. My shirt was a bit rumpled, but so was I. Thought processes and terrible ideas glide up and down parallel clotheslines, throwing balance into question. Deepening connection followed by increased lust. Every emotion jacked up and liable to swing itself into reverse without warning. These days, the paradox of my contradictions bitch slaps my sense of self daily. Good guy, bad guy, selfish, selfless, fucked up, giving. A jittery chaos not unlike my anarchic childhood household, a constant and uncontrollable madness. You might think that was a confessional poem, but this is the real confessional poem, I suppose. First 13 at the workshop, for those that are into numerology and the Who. First 13 at the workshop, and today is the 13th too. There's more at the door. This one hates free verse. This one's high maintenance. This one waits till everyone's been served to growl, is there any way to get a cup of coffee in this place? And this one is simply biding his time, waiting for his turn to speak, convinced that he alone is the authority. Meanwhile, Gandolfini sways to the track in a bootleg Wu-Tang tee, wondering, how will I hold on to all these chicks without crushing 2 or 3 between my meaty palms? Scott got that one. And I heard what you whispered before too, so we should probably talk.
All right.
All right.
Is that about the work?
Indeed, it's about the work. I have this great gig at Multnomah Art Center, which is a great place on the other side of the river. I get to spend 10 weeks with poets over there, citizens, it's community, education type of stuff. And we just have a great time, and I get to babble and talk about my passion. It's a lot like what happens here. But it's weekly and we have a lot of fun. What I usually do on the last day of class and at the end of the 10 weeks is, we do some pass-around poems or collaborative poems. So one of the students, their name is Barbara Engel, and we were partners, and we came up with this. So we wrote it together. She wrote some of the lines, I wrote some of the other ones. And the title is also the first line. Poetry is an astounding hello, uttered by a stranger you've known 1,000 years. It tells nothing new, but brings you to a new way of seeing. Vision instigated by a slight shift in perception, like a ballet dancer lifted to new spheres. She floats above mundanity only to land on a steamer headed for Vienna, tiny, ancient city of her dreams, where she will remain until she transmigrates, dissipating into the linguistic ether. Sometimes I begin with the first thought, and other times with the third, until I find myself plunging. Frequently, I plunge in, swim in a river of words, soaking in them, and then spit out refreshed, renewed, reborn as embodied possibility, drawn to depths I had not known, forced to accept truths painful and glorious, bringing me to a new perception of truth and beauty unforeseen, making this life unbearably blissful. Yeah. Thank you you all for your time, your energy, your poems. Thank you for being so incredibly well behaved this evening. I'm very proud of all of you for that. And of course, thank you to Ian and April for their future readings. Thank you, Tony, my co-host and partner in life, and also to Angst and Niche, the staff, and everyone for having us here. Yeah. And so, if you haven't, make sure that you pay your bill before you leave, and I hope that we'll see you again on May 11th. And I imagine if there's any of you that wanted to buy a book and didn't do it during the break, come and see me, and we'll make that happen before you get out of here. So, thanks a lot. See you in May. It was great.